This episode is brought to you by Shark Farms. Shark Farms is family-owned and locally grown beef. From our pasture to your table, we heard you need beef. We have what you're looking for, whole, half, or a quarter cow. If that's more than you need, let us help you build a custom meat box that fits your budget. Call or email us for more information at sharkfarms2022@gmail.com or call Miss B at 870-219-3497. Sunroom. The house can get crowded, and if you need somewhere for family or friends to stay during the holidays, the Sunroom is a pet-friendly rental in Paragould with a top-rated Airbnb Superhost rating. Beautiful scenery, overlooking a nice pond, peaceful, relaxing, much better than a hotel. Welcome to the Big Circle with your host, Mr.
Derek Followell.
And I am Ivy Heron Jr. And hey, thanks for joining us at this big rectangle. I mean, the Big Circle. But thanks for joining us. We're glad to have you. Hey, if you get something out of this podcast, make sure to give us a thumbs up. Yes. Whether it be on YouTube, give us a share. If you get something good out of it, we don't ask for much, but we do ask for a 5-star rating, a thumbs up, and a nice share every once in a while. That helps us get going and helps get the good word out. So, you always bring up the topic.
Well, we already know what we're talking about.
Thank God we already know what we're talking about.
Apparently we do, but you don't.
Well, it's stay motivated, so
okay.
I'm glad to know that I at least have a little heads up on what it is this week.
Yeah, you remember.
Whatever.
Hey, guess what we just found out? Ivy has never flossed.
What a dirtbag.
I mean, it was interesting. You were like, I don't even know how to do this.
Listen, bro, I use the flossers. I don't use the long floss. I use the ones that are shaped like dinosaurs. Are we going to put me out there like that? Awesome. Yes, that's me.
You got your Dino bag of picks.
You got an extra piece of floss so I can demonstrate how we use your floss around here? Or
no,
that stuff's too expensive. Quit.
You don't know how to do it right.
Whatever, dude. I'll just ask you to floss my teeth for me next time.
Oh, my goodness. How are we starting? I thought we were talking about being motivated.
Motivated to floss my teeth now, obviously. So,
we start, right before we start, he's like, are my teeth bleeding? Are they bleeding? You couldn't taste blood over this black coffee. You enjoying it, black coffee yet?
Well, it's kind of like you talked about that one week. Hey, the first week I hated it. Second week I hated it. Third week I hated it. Fourth week I kind of liked it.
It's kind of growing on you?
No, it's my second week. I still hate it.
Okay.
Before I get to the fourth week where we actually get to like the enjoyable part of it.
We're going to have creamer.
Absolutely. Next week we're having creamer. French vanilla. For fruit.
Oh, there you go. All right. So we're talking about staying motivated, being motivated. So our last episode we touched on being motivated in good relationships. We talked about being spent. You know, we get home, staying motivated to do everything that we need to do. Either we're motivated for work or we're not motivated for home. Just kind of putting the effort into that.
Right.
So let's talk a little bit about, you know, what we can do physically, mentally, just to stay engaged all the time.
Sure. I'll touch on that to begin with. So I think number one of the most forgettable things about staying motivated is having a routine. Routine is essential. And so you waking up in the morning, having a routine. So our routine, Monday through Thursday, right now, accountable. We did well this week.
Right.
We started off with a workout, 5 o'clock in the morning. That lasts till about 6:30. We go home. We make our protein shakes. I make my protein shakes. I'm like, I can't. Okay, you've been doing well too.
Yeah.
Great. So what my motivation looks like, my routine looks like is going to the gym, making my egg whites, my healthy food, starting my day with a devotional, Proverbs, whatever book I'm in, and a new book that I try to read at least once a month. So I notice that if I fall out of those routines, my whole day's crap.
Right.
Even if I miss just one day to where I oversleep, most of the time Thursdays or Fridays, I notice when I get to work, everything's different.
Right.
So routine is very important
Right.
in staying motivated, in my eyes.
Right. So don't glaze over when you're hearing that in the fact of you hear protein shake, egg whites, all these different things. That may not be your jam. getting up
No.
that morning devotional, whatever the case
Yeah.
may be. The key thing in what you said was the routine.
Routine.
And making sure it's a routine that's healthy and a routine that's not destructive.
Right.
Okay, so way back when, I remember my routine was get up in the morning, pop 2 BC powders.
Yeah.
You know,
It's better than what I was popping.
right.
So.
You know, doing things that wasn't going to be healthy or good for me mentally or physically, and then expect great things to happen.
Right.
You know, and that's so physically, mentally, just staying checked in.
Yep.
When you do that, relationships at work are better, relationships at home are better.
Right.
We're more motivated. Things are good.
Yeah.
So we kind of want to dig into ourselves a little bit. So I want to talk about a little bit today about your journey over the last probably couple of months. So just to give you a little bit of backstory, where we were before was you do good for a couple days, bang head here, this is too much.
Yeah.
Do good for 2 or 3 days. You know, a lot of effort, phone calls, conversations, working. And man, you've put the work in.
Yeah.
You know, and I see growth in you. So in this new growth era, what are some things that you're doing to be motivated to continue to be better? And what are some things that maybe you left behind?
Well, the routine is definitely important, but it goes a lot past just routine. It goes to the point to where that once you make those efforts and those jumps, starting to make a schedule to things so things are less chaotic, more organized. Organization, I've noticed in my life, is so much better. So it's made me stay focused. I have ADD very bad, so I'm one of those guys that has to keep moving. But if I have a schedule that keeps me in line and I have relationships with people that I can count on and trust that keep me in that line and keep me accountable, that's helped me tremendously. Also, one of the things that's helped me grow tremendously is not looking back as so much. You know, let's get real with ourselves. Hey, you know, we all have a past. Our past has happened. We tend to look back a little bit far or too much than what we should. Right. But I've noticed I've taken a step back from that, and I'm looking at my present so much more than back. Not saying that it doesn't happen, that I don't look backwards, but I've noticed that I put that in the rear view more frequently. So
2 points that I would want to really grab onto what you just said there. So you talked about having ADD, needing the schedule to be focused. So what I would present to our listeners is there's always going to be something that could be a dilemma. For some, you have ADD, high energy, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. For somebody else, they may be super low energy. Like they struggle to get that high energy.
Right.
It's just a different issue.
Yeah.
Basically, what we're saying is you have to fight through the issue.
Absolutely.
You're never going to get where you want to be without a fight.
Yeah.
So if you don't have that schedule and you're all over the place, then you're not going to be the healthiest version of you.
Right.
Plus, we have to surround ourselves with people that help us navigate those difficult times.
And one of the things that you just brought up was, hey, some people might not have ADD, they have the low energy. Okay, so that can be transparent in different ways too. So just getting your day started is the hardest part. So once your day is started, then you can actually be more fulfilled if you have that schedule to keep going. So there's pluses and minuses to either having ADD or low energy or just laser focused on one thing. You just have to learn to channel those things into one solid option that works best for you.
That's right.
I've noticed the one thing that works best for me is having a schedule. Do I miss a couple things on that schedule?
Well,
yes, because I'm bouncing back and forth, making sure this. But I'm thankful for that. Sorry, my bad.
Whose alarm? Is that mine or yours?
Probably mine.
Hey, we're still staying motivated even though we got an alarm.
Yeah, hey, and look, little things like that.
What did it remind you of?
I completely forgot what we're talking about. ADD. That was. Hey, that's a key. That's one of my alarms for the day. I didn't get to see the alarm,
but some reminder.
Yeah, it's a reminder. So what I do, I have a big calendar at work, and on Fridays at the end of every week, we have a meeting at the tire shop that we recently just started addressing at Heron Tire. So those are motivational meetings, what we can do better as a team, how we're going to effectively do that together. And so that schedule right there keeps me in line to make sure every Friday we have this. Every Thursday at the end of each month, we have a manager's meeting. All these little things add up in my life to be critical because it makes us better as a whole at Heron Tire. So that's one of the things that keeps me kind of.
So you're saying so many things today. I just want to ask questions about.
Yeah,
So we talked about, you're talking about your team at work and togetherness and working together. And I rewind the clock a year ago, and I hear somebody say, "Man, if they don't want to do it, forget them."
Yep.
Whatever. A year later, I hear a completely different person that says, "I need every individual in my life." What happened, and how did we get there?
I realized I need people in my life. I need the same people that at one time in my life I thought were disposable. They're not. Everybody's essential. So a lot of that comes down to delegation. Delegating the things that need to be done and having the right people in the right spots to do that. At one time in my life, if somebody aggravated me, I'd say the heck with it.
Yeah.
Don't need them. But then I realized, even though people, in a sense, when it comes to a work standpoint, are replaceable, people are irreplaceable.
That's correct.
So I'm thankful for those people.
And a shout out to that, like here at the studio, where we film our podcast and we're trying to grow, get better, all of those things. The people that you don't see in the background are Shelton and Austin,
right,
who have been doing a lot of stuff, and
yeah,
we wouldn't be where we're at today without them.
Nope.
And I think if they were here today talking on the mic, they would say, they are here today, by the way.
Yeah.
Or we wouldn't be doing this. But if they're not here, we're like, what are we going to do? Right? They got to be here.
Absolutely.
But I think the same thing would be said by them is in effect they need us, or we wouldn't be in this building. We wouldn't be where we're at right now. We wouldn't have the things that we have. It's a team effort, and it's so grateful to think and believe that way. It helps you stay motivated when you understand you need people in your life.
Yeah, it's really a blessing to be able to look back and see how your thought process has changed after time. We want to convince ourselves that we can do all this by ourselves. We don't need anybody. But the truth of the matter is we do need people.
Right.
And I'm thankful for the people that's in my life. And once coming to that conclusion that, I don't need those people. Well, coming to the conclusion that I do need those people. I just need to properly communicate and delegate those things within those people on how we can more effectively and proficiently handle things, whether it be business, whether it be outside, whether it be relationships. That was a big growth. And that just recently came within 4 months ago, because past 4 months ago, I'd say the heck with it. Yeah. We'll find somebody else. But, man, the truth is I don't want to find anybody else. Yeah. I want to work and I want to invest on the same team that I have right now.
Hey, there's something beautiful in what he just said right there. Just living in the moment in your life and not saying I'm trying to replace the people in my life. Man, that's not what I'm doing. Man, I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to help them grow. Yeah. We're trying to get better together. There's something beautiful, something motivating about all of that. Yeah. The other thing I want to talk about is you talked about, not living in the past, not spending time in the future, but trying to work in the present. Multiple times, me and you've had conversations about things that happened to you in the past, from the tire store to life to relationships to whatever. And how many conversations has it been like, dude, leave that there? Yeah. You're looking at tickets at work from 1996. You're like, why didn't we change as many flats on Wednesday in 1996 as we do in 2000? Right. Yeah. I'm like, it don't matter. Yeah. So talk to me a little bit about the realization of living in the present. Yeah. And how much better it's been for you.
The realization of living in the present is so essential, especially to whether it be business owners or just growth for regular individuals that's working on their just daily life. So I'd call you and have these conversations about, oh man, I'm worried that this isn't where it needs to be back here and this and that. But we also realize that we can't change what's going on back then, what's happened then. So my focus now is to focus on what is in my control right now.
Right.
And if I have control of right now, That means those meetings that we have on Fridays, those meetings that we have at the end of the month, that will be the game changer to what will grow our business to be better for the community, to be better for people. I can't focus on anymore on what my dad did in his life. Now I have to focus on what I can do in my life and in my team's life in order to better serve. So not saying that isn't still a struggle today, that I still don't go back time to time. But if I go back now, I look at, instead of looking at it such a negative way, I look at, okay, so this is what was done. What can we do to improve now that was done then, that seemed to be working effectively then? Transfer that motivation in for today and apply that today. Because what happened in '99, can't do anything about it.
Right.
But to make that a positive, just positive, and make it grow from now instead of worrying about then, that's a game changer.
So let me give you an example in my own life. So Leisure Comfort. At Leisure Comfort Heat and Air, we provide friendly heating and air conditioning repairs done right. We repair all major brands and give reliable options to get your system working properly. In the unfortunate event that your new equipment is necessary, we can make the installation seamless and easy. We install all major brands, and with free estimates and flexible financing options, upgrading your HVAC system has never been easier. Whether you're looking for HVAC system repair, seasonal maintenance, new equipment, or general construction needs, our trained technicians will get you on the best path to enjoying a comfortable home environment.
J&M Trailer Sales and Service. J&M Trailer Sales and Service has a huge selection of trailers, trailer repair, and prices so low, it's stupid. Also, if you don't want to commit to buying a trailer or a piece of equipment, they rent it out as well. Trailers, car haulers, skid steers, and excavators. J&M Trailer Sales, located at 2510 South 2nd Avenue, Paragould, Arkansas.
You know, we're right at 1 year anniversary of going to the gym.
Yeah.
I have no past of going to the gym.
Yeah.
I wasn't a gym guy, didn't go to the gym, it didn't happen in my life, right? So we're 1 year, so I have no past to go back on because there was no past. But what I had to do was I had to not be looking into the future.
Yeah.
Because when you start this, just like anybody else does, you're waiting for that instantaneous transformation.
Yes.
And that doesn't work, so it's putting that effort in and knowing the results are going to be there in the future without saying it's not happening fast enough, quick enough. If you're going to stay motivated, you got to stay in the present.
Yeah. Got to know that it's great things take time.
Yeah.
And realizing you're not going to have a six-pack in 6 weeks,
knowing
that that's unattainable.
I ain't going to have one in 6 months.
I don't speak that. I speak live.
I can't.
I speak live.
But seriously though, we're talking about speaking live.
Yes.
Can I have a 6-pack in 6 months in the schedule that I have right now?
No.
Okay.
No.
So knowing that that's not realistic,
I tried to make it realistic, but I'm thinking more or less aligns about a year and a half of good diet and a good workout routine.
Right.
Make it happen.
So then it's like, being okay with it's not going to happen in 6 months and that not being frustrating.
Yeah.
But still enjoying what's happening.
Yeah.
And the ride.
Yeah.
Like that's beautiful.
Yeah. So, for example, you've worked out for over a year now.
Right.
You've lost over 40 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
What a step.
Right.
What an amazing. So now we've hit to the point that we've hit a plateau.
Right.
We're gaining muscle mass. We're staying relatively the same on weight. So we learned we had to change a few things up. So we had to start doing the stair stepper. God, It should be a sin.
I think it might be.
It should be illegal. And if it was, I'd probably have been arrested for it. But to do that stair stepper, but we knew we had to make changes in our life in order for that for the extra weight to fall off.
Right.
We also realized that not only cardio to be implemented in our game plan, but also healthy eating habits.
Right.
Healthy eating habits are going to be 80% of what makes us actually lose the weight and create the muscle mass we need to do that. That's the hardest part about it. But knowing and acknowledging the fact that that's what it takes, we're going to get there.
And the excuse, I guess, that you can use or have over the holidays is it's the holidays, right? Mm-hmm. And, there's always something looming that could be an issue.
Right.
Too busy, too whatever. And I know we're talking about, just exercise or physical fitness. But that's true in anything. Anything we're going to try to do, we're going to have to put effort into staying motivated, being the best version of ourselves, being everything that we need to be.
That's right.
or desire to be. So I think we hit some good topics there on that. So we've talked about healthy relationships. We've talked about not living in the past or the future, but staying plugged in the moment. Let's talk about staying motivated in those relationships that can be difficult.
Okay. That's a good one. So, staying motivated in the relationships that are difficult. The good thing about staying motivated in those difficult relationships is that if you build a relationship the way it should be, building it with encouragement over and over again, and then realizing that there's going to be hard conversations to come up, you can now know that you can have those hard conversations with people in order for it to grow even more. A lot of things are difficult in life. That's just, it is what it is. So that's a good one.
And
That's
if we
a good
don't
one.
have those difficult conversations, we'll always have a difficult relationship.
Yeah.
And even, and this is going to sound worse than I mean for it to, but even if it severs something that is unproductive and a poor relationship, then I'm not in a worse place.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And not that you can always pick up somewhere down the road, but in order for a relationship to happen, two people have to be involved in that process.
Yeah, they have to be willing to evolve as a person. So I learned this recently. So good leadership is the ability to be able to leave and know that everything's going to be all right. Good leadership necessarily doesn't mean always around, taking care of issues, problem solving, this and that. Good leadership means putting the right people in the right places in your life to make sure that your goals, your dreams, your achievements are everybody's achievements, and they can be achieved through the right motivation.
So we had a conversation the other day, and I asked you this question. So we spent a lot of time talking. I've spent a lot of time motivating, pouring into you, to put effort into you, to help shape you into the person that I know you want to be, and the person that you're pursuing, man, and you're making progress in a great way. And I tell you, hey, in 6 months you're going to be a beast, And
boy, I'm excited.
And we had to survive. Well, I want to get there right now.
Yeah.
And it used to be in a year.
Yeah.
So we're getting to that place. And I've said some difficult things to you. I asked you the question the other day, have you ever been mad at me? And your response was?
Yeah.
Because?
The truth hurts. The truth hurts.
And if we don't understand that truth hurts, we're probably never going to get where we need to be.
Yeah.
And if it's coming from a source that's not trying to cause you pain, but trying to position you, then we can grab a hold of that, right? So there's times in my life that that I was upset with, that they said things that they were trying to cause me pain.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there was people in my life that were saying things that tried to position me, and I was just as mad at them.
Yeah.
In looking back, if I would have took the effort into everyone that was trying to position me and not took and look at that, I'm mad at that person, and not took that pain on, I'd be in a different place than I am right now today.
That's right.
So I encourage our listeners, if someone's pushing you because they are positioning you, don't be frustrated by that. And I think when we ask, hey, have you been mad? How did you respond when you were mad? What did you do?
Like during our conversations, how did I respond?
Yeah.
Well, like to you or after we got off the phone?
I don't care either. Hey, can y'all get me some more coffee? These are the beautiful guys that are helpful. Brother Austin. Okay.
coming with the whole
I think there was
pot.
different.
He's bringing the pot, man. I feel like I'm at the Waffle House.
Christmas came early, and it just happened. I'm sorry.
You don't like Waffle House?
Dude, if I was on this podcast, I'd tell you a 3-hour wait is nothing.
You don't like Waffle House?
I don't like Huddle House either.
Man, I love a good booger in my hash browns. They're awesome. A little cigarette ash on your eggs.
This is uncalled for.
Oh, we may have to edit that.
Leave it. You're stuck with it.
Yeah,
so,
a little
anyways, about
cigarette
cigarette ashes and biscuits and stuff. Anyways,
What were we talking about?
difficult conversations and how mad I was
Oh,
at
yes.
you.
Yeah, so
Okay.
what did you do?
Waffle
What?
House will definitely be mad at you.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
What?
No doubt.
So
I support
what?
all local businesses.
Oh, dude! Somebody sent me something the other day about a Waffle House, and everybody just looked so great. I was like, "Are you sure this is a Waffle House? I want to go where there's somebody got some issues."
The only time I went to Waffle House was 3 a.m. back in the day, and that never really happened good.
Don't know what you ate.
No, don't even know if I ate anything. But
Anyway, we squirreled off on
yeah,
that.
ADD.
So we were talking about
how
that
to handle those
yeah.
conversations.
Yeah.
So normally I'd absorb what you said, and then I'd get off the phone, and I'd be more mad at myself than I would be anything, knowing that what you said was founded, correct, and I needed to fix that.
Right.
So in that, I'd be more upset at myself than I would be you. So learning how to change that that feeling of failure, that kind of like what we discussed at church, into a feeling of achievement, is I apply that to my life.
So here's what I struggled with. So I'm so glad you shared that. So this is let's talk about motivation, trying to motivate each other. So from my point of view, when I seen you get discouraged and disappointed in yourself, it makes me kind of pull back my motivation because I feel like I'm hurting you, right? But at the same time, we're not getting better.
No.
When there's no direction, you know,
Yeah.
you're down and out, we're getting nowhere good.
Yeah.
Right? So then we just have to say, okay, who's going to tap out and just say, we got to keep pressing on.
Yeah.
Right? And you would get some realizations through that, and I would, and we'd.
And I'll never tap out, not in life, not in UFC 5.
Oh, shut
ever,
up.
ever, one-on-one, 1v1 after this. But, yeah, I mean, those conversations are good, though. We got to realize, too, people require different types of love and attention and encouragement. So, for me, I don't need a pat on the back. I need somebody to keep hammering.
Yeah.
Keep hammering. Keep pushing me. Even if I do get a little bit time where I'm discouraging myself, I'll get over it.
Yeah.
And knowing that I'll get over it means that I'm going to be a better person because of it.
So let me tell you my perspective, listeners. I'll tell you my perspective from, trying to help people grow, etc. Oftentimes, I see people look at me like, why are you wasting time with that person for whatever reason? Not just Ivy. Anybody you pour
Thanks.
into, right?
Yeah.
Ivy, why are you wasting time with him? You know he's passed, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Whatever. Why are you wasting time with them? They're not motivated. They're not worth it. Everybody's got noise.
Yeah.
Right? And just sometimes that, to me, I wouldn't say it's discouraging. It's almost aggravating, because you're putting that effort into someone else and learning how to manage and motivate people with different personalities.
Yeah.
The great thing about us, all four of us that work here, me, you, Austin, and Shelton, we don't all have the same personalities.
Yeah.
And learning how to manage through that and grow through that, man, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's not bad. And learning to communicate when something doesn't motivate you, and I think that's important.
Yeah.
I got to know when something doesn't motivate you.
I think that perspective shows the difference between humanity. It says it's aggravating for you. And then I hear somebody say about my past, man, that's motivating for me.
Yeah.
I hear that, and it makes me that much more on fire to keep going after that goal.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's cool, and I'm sure you're the same way, but that just kind of brought to my attention the aggravation can be turned into motivation.
Right. So if we're at the gym, I'll give you some examples. If we're at the gym, me and you, Sarah, Megan, whoever, if you tell me I can't do it, like
I'm going to do it.
I'll break my neck trying. If we tell Megan or Sarah they can't do it, they're like, no, I can't.
Yeah.
Not that that's wrong.
Yeah.
They're just motivated in a different way than we are.
Through love and encouragement.
Right.
Yeah.
So, man, how do we not do part 3? I don't know. We're probably going to have to because there's multiple things more that I want to discuss.
And Game Breaker. After part 3,
yeah.
I pick the topic.
Okay, perfect.
We're gonna change it up.
Okay, I love it.
I
love
can't
it.
wait because I got a good one.
Okay.
I'm excited about this. I'm gonna have my little napkin of notes here, and I can't wait to be 100% ready for this. No, guys, this is an awesome opportunity. We're thankful for everybody that tunes into this. Like we said, make sure to give us a thumbs up, like the channel, subscribe to the channel on YouTube. We're also on Spotify, Apple Music, Facebook, TikTok. All of the above. Just hit that button. Share us. Give us a 5-star review. Your 4-star reviews are garbage. Don't worry about it. Right. Just in the process, we're thankful though. Either way, even if you tuned in and gave us a 4-star review, we're thankful for you.
Yes,
anyway.
and if you feel sorry for us, want to give us a circle table, we will happily accept it.
Accepting donations
and
now.
yes, we'll do all of that. I'm Derek Followell.
And I'm Ivy Heron Jr.
This is The Big Circle. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you soon. Sharp Custom Hauling. They serve all of Northeast Arkansas and haul a variety of materials: chat, gravel, fill, sand, dirt, and more. Need your land cleared? Parking lot, building pad, dirt work, driveways, and bush hogging. We offer free estimates and competitive pricing, and financing is available as well. Sharp Custom Hauling. We can get her done. Quality Voices is hiring now for daytime and nighttime shifts. They are a faith-based company that works on behalf of political endeavors and nonprofit organizations. You can fill out an application at 5510 Southwest Drive, Suite 4. They have great management, great family atmosphere, and a great environment. Quality Voices in Jonesboro, Arkansas.